Hello folks, how you doing? I just watched a TV program called The Widow. It was very good, Kate Beckinsale. Oh, yeah. I've said about her before, about how she's, a stunningly beautiful woman, to say the least, yes. Anyway, in this one, at the end, in the last episode, you've got the native people in Africa protesting against the person who basically blew up the plane. And the protesters are chanting and jumping around. And it looks exactly the same as it does when an African church is worshipping God. So as I said before, it's from the culture, from the witch doctors. And earlier in the season of that thing, you saw the not the army, but the people against the army getting ready to shoot the army people, and what they were doing was exactly the same. You know, chanting, dancing, yeah. It all comes from the history, from the past. From witch doctors, from the chanting, from the drums. Because put it this way, in those areas they had drums. What they didn't have was guitars and pianos and, for most of their history, but they had drums. And they beat the drums, and they danced to the drums, and they chanted to the drums. And that's exactly what they do in the African churches. Well, why? Is that God telling them to do that, or their culture? Again, it's not about telling them off. It's about, take the culture out of the church completely. There should be no culture in the church at all. No chant. No culture at all. Because it's up to, you gave your life to God. If you've given your life to God, then how is there culture in the church? Because who chooses that? Was it God choosing that, or the people? It has to be the people choosing that, not God. It has to be the people, because if you go to a church like that, in America, in England, in Scotland, in European places, it's exactly the same. How? It isn't God. It can't be God, because there are different people, different areas, and obviously the church should be completely different, because the people in that area and in that church need different things than another church, obviously. But does it look like that? No. And why not? Because it's not God choosing, it's the people choosing. And they're choosing the church should be like that because they like their culture, and it looks like their home. If the church in Scotland, England, America, and Germany or that sort of area is just like the church in Africa, then it's like they're yeah, if they're at home still. But that's not the point of church. It really isn't. The point of church is not supposed to be like being at home and comfort and that sort of thing. It's not about that. It shouldn't be about that, should it, really? But if it is, then that's down to us. It's not down to God. So people need to understand that. Yeah, as I say, you're not telling people off. That's not the point. Yeah, because people need to see God. So, yeah, if there's things in the church that are stopping people seeing God, then basically take those things off. Yeah, take them and say no more of that in the church. Yeah, take it away. Yeah. Start again. Well, for me, that's the point. Start again. Every church, start again. They need to start again. They need to go to God. Every single church needs to start again and go to God and say, what do we need to do? Even the ones that are doing well, start again. Go to God and say, okay, what do we need to do? What do we need to do differently now? Because obviously, we're different now, as we were when we started this church. We're different now. So what do we need now? So every 5 years, start again. Completely start again. What should the name of this church be now? Because years ago we needed that name, so what do we need now? Yeah, that's the point. Go to him because because basically when you're a kid and you're growing, you need new clothes all the time, don't you? Because you're growing. So if the church is growing, then okay, they need different things right now than they needed years ago. Well, because with a kid, the toys for a kid that was 4 years old is completely different than a kid who's 9 years old. Completely different. And how they learn. As a 4 years old or 9 years old is completely different. And what they need to learn and how they need to learn is completely different. And okay, when they're 14 years old, again, it's completely different than when they were 9 years old. So therefore, it's the same with church. If people don't understand that, then what's the point in going to church? If you think the church should be the same in your country, and it should be the same for years and 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 years, then, excuse me, you don't understand. If you don't understand, then obviously you shouldn't be one of the leaders in a church. No chance at all. If you don't understand, how can you be a leader? Nah. People need to understand. So, start again. Go to the Father and ask him what we need to do right now. In this time. Right now. Start again. There you go. Right. Be blessed, be a blessing, and God bless. Speak to you later. Bye bye.